Hi and welcome to a quick Pizzatime V9 guide. Now that we're all finally in the wonderful land of Pizzatime, when you spawn in, I would suggest most players head to the right up this pizza tower, up this ladder, avoiding the pizza on the left and getting onto the pizza roller. That's step one. Now that we've got the majority of people on the pizza roller, our next job is defense. Apart from defending spawn, stopping zombies surfing along that angled wall is a big part of the defender's capabilities. As the map progresses, we can pick up humans who didn't take the pizza roller from spawn from that little, and we can continue going through the map here. As you can see, defending from the pizza roller should be pretty easy as there are only a few spots the zombies can jump on us from. As this next part approaches, we need to jump off the pizza roller and turn to the left to progress further in the map. When you do get off, watch out for more pizzas in the ground. Press this button and you need to wait 15 seconds before you see a green light. Also be aware of the barrels that explode. Stand near an edge and they'll often follow you off and die. When you see the green light, that's your cue to run forward. If you go any earlier, you will die. Now that we've landed, it's our job to get back on the pizza roller again. Just press W into the spring and then make your way to the pizza roller. Beware of any more pizzas that may be lying on the ground. Once you're back on, enjoy a very nice and leisurely ride on the pizza until we get to our next destination. When we do, we're going to stay once again on the pizza roller and hopefully you can defend zombies for a maximum of 6 seconds. There will be a 20-second timer before the pizza roller starts again, and the zombies get released 14 seconds after this timer is triggered. That means at 6 seconds you can either throw a nade to defend zombies for a limited amount of time. It should be very easy to do, even with only 1 or 2 people. When the next pizza advances, generally I jump off to the right and try and defend zombies who are coming up the ramp from the interior. As you can see, those pizzas are disappearing halfway up the thing and will never ever reach us. If we defend zombies and the eventual TP that's going to happen where my crosshair is, we can defend and help teammates out who may not be as confident in dodging the pizzas. Further on, now we can fall back all the way to the door. As we do indeed go through the door, you can see there is a line of pizzas. Just make sure you do indeed jump that. Once again, if you get stuck in these barrels, run to the edge of the map or press E underneath your feet and this will dislodge them before you can then run to the edge of the map to get rid of them. What we're going to do next is when this ladder breaks, we need to go up this ladder and this will hopefully dislodge zombies off our tail. When you come to the thing, there is a fan. This fan stays on permanently when turned on and makes it quite impossible for people to come up after you've turned the fan on. As you can see, when I turn the fan on now and then try and jump down and readdress, you can see it's quite impossible for me to get up. This way we're going to lose the zombies and create some distance between us and the zombies. Back up at the top of the fan, and I'm going to show you what the plan is next. We're going to run up to this tower, trigger the C4, and then get a long way back. As you can see, I'm in God mode currently, and I still take damage from the tower this far away. This shows you how far you should be, at least this far, if not longer. Now you're going to try and strafe to the left and get through this pull. As you can see, it should be quite easy to do with no fall damage. Once you get back here, you're just going to run all the way to the helicopter to the left. Be careful not to touch the pizza on the floor and traverse your way with speed. When you do finally get to the final part, just be careful about this pizza. It's really unfortunate to die right before you go to the end. Next comes a waiting period where you can use your items and defend against zombies coming from both sides, or really only one side, until eventually one of your helicopters will leave. Generally, items are very effective here because depending on how many humans are left, they can be more or less effective. I'll get into that later. Now, as you can see, my chopper has indeed left. We're going to head towards this mountain or volcano. It's very important that you do jump off of these helicopters before they hit, as they do explode and kill anyone who does not jump off. After that happens, we are going to jump in the volcano and search for some very high ground. Now I'm back in the volcano with my good friend Bot. He is there, so the round doesn't end when this massive explosion happens. If you're not in the volcano when the explosion happens, you will die. Now this is going to be the final ending of level 1. One of 2 endings. One's a boss, the other is this ending, where you need to basically shoot all the zombies off into the lava. Depending on how many humans are left, you can get low gravity as a human. You would never get low gravity as a zombie. And basically, this is going to continue and the lava will start to rise until eventually one team wins. Now, as the lava rises, this favors the CTs, as although zombies may have higher ground, zombies can just shoot them off, humans, can just shoot them off into the lava, until eventually you'll see only me and Bot are left with basically the whole thing covered in lava, and then humans win. Now, before I get into boss fights and multiple endings, we're going to talk about items for a second. This first item is Ultima. This second item is Earth. This third item, which you do need to surf around to get, is Flame, and it's OP as fuck. The fourth is actually a ZM item. Only ZMs can take that. It's very cool. And this last item is Speed, which is actually right next to Kakarot's lovely barbecue.
Oh, is that a girl? Is that a fucking girl? Oh my god! What the fuck?
These items are based off a human to zombie ratio. The more humans there are, the less likely for the items to work. In the same way, the more zombies there are, the more likely the items are to work. In this clip here, there are 40 humans and I managed to get the earth to work.
Oh no!
Thank you, Pizza Gang.
Thank you so much, Sausage,
God,
for that. I
dude.
Stop
really
hating me,
appreciate
what the
that.
fuck? I just wanna chill.
I PM'd Luffaren after this and he said there'd be something like a 20% chance this would work. That being said, there is a trigger which will allow your item to become OP and work on every single use. However, there's a secret I currently do not know, and so I couldn't help you even if I wanted to. Back here, we're going to start talking about boss fights, multiple endings, and levels. So how you trigger the boss fights in Pizzatime, both on level 1 and level 2, is you need to press E on all 4 of these rainbow pillars. That being said, on level 2 you cannot use the cannon. It won't open no matter how long you wait. You do need to walk through the pizza field. Generally how I do this is I go through 1 the first, then 2 through the rest. Just remember the floor will fall. If you're going first, you can usually avoid it and get out. If you are second, you will get trapped. I'd advise just waiting until indeed all floor has fallen down. Also just be careful, should you go underneath these shreks, you will die. Back at the top of the fan here, this is where you'll find the second pillar out of 4 to activate all for the boss fight. Just when you go down, just press E on it, and then indeed straight to the left as we previously discussed. Then once again on this next part, you don't need to come up to the ladder as I showed in my previous clip. You can actually go around the right hand side to streamline getting this next and third out of 4th pole. Now the 4th pole to trigger the boss fight, you need to get this one before the boss fight will trigger this all the way up here. And you can see it's quite impossible. And you're probably thinking, wow, Sausage, we can't get it. Why did you take us this route? You can't single trigger the boss. And you're wrong. Because as we head back to the raft, as soon as it leaves, we can actually jump off, and this is when we can trigger, and it still works. If your raft is first, you can jump off. If you get the second one, it's really, really touchy if you're quick enough or not. In 20 seconds, you'll get TP'd to the boss. You will have a slight HP disadvantage, but all the boss hits are one-hit kills anyway, so it doesn't matter in the slightest. Now this boss, you can quite easily laser it with M249s and Negevs. It has 4 attacks. It will throw pizzas at you. It has Hassan chop, which you just need to crouch to avoid. It has a pizza roller that's going to roll and you need to come to the middle. And it has a zombie attack. The zombies spawn around the outside with 500 HP. They're going to run towards the middle. They'll be slightly pushed back and you can shoot them with items, especially flame. It should be very, very easily. When you do indeed finally kill Jar Jar, the center will start to rise and you're going to need to defend for 50 seconds. It's very important when the center does start to rise that you stay on the outside of the center. Should you be in this red area, you'll be trapped here and will unable to assist with the defense. As you can see, the walls raised quite high and you'll be quite unable to help your team out. With 20 seconds left in the defense, the red platform will finally raise to the middle. Defend 20 seconds here and you'll get TP'd to the final defense. When you make it to the final defense, there is 1 pizza here. Other than that, one person needs to go all the way back and trigger. It'll be a 60-second defense before eventually you'll make pineapple and pizza freedom. Should you beat level 2, you can play level 3, which is exactly the same as level 1 and 2, except there are cars in spawn. Now cars can take 2 people each and also are incredibly fun and broken and hard to drive. I'd highly suggest giving these things a whirl. The one thing you should probably know is that you use right click to fly incredibly high with movement keys. Just a few more things. Should you complete level 1, you get a pizza skin. Should you complete level 2, you get a Jar Jar skin. Those 2 skins have differing amounts of HP, which can be helpful during later in the map. And you have to understand, it was at this point, at 8 minutes into the video, when there is so much more I can talk to you about this map. There are surf shortcuts for both zombies and humans. There are meatballs coming down from the volcano that kill you if you come up too early. There are secrets involving the dabbing Shrek. There are places where you can block off the platform to kill your entire team should they be trying to go on it. It's just so amazing. And it just comes down to, there's so much you need to play this map. Luffaren does an amazing job. From admin room secrets to just everything. The general aesthetics of the map is just lovely. So the link to Luffaren's Patreon is in the description. I don't know if any of you want to donate to him, but he is an amazing mapper. He's currently working on Best Career V2, so that'll be a cool thing to come out. As to escapades into beating Pizzatime level 2, I hope you've learned a few things from this video that will help you beat Pizzatime in the future.
You can trigger the fan. Trigger the fan.
The explosion has ruined my.